All right, cool. Hello and welcome to this short video about how to set up a sustainable deficit to beat any generic diet. My name is Tim and I'm delighted to be here to help give you a bit of clarity and help basically knock the shit out of any generic diets, that you don't have to go down that route ever again. You don't need to feel miserable about missing out on your favorite foods and kill your energy, kill your mood, and feel really kind of hungry. Okay, these are all things that we really focus on to make sure that not only can you lose weight easily, but you can do it without all that kind of struggle and all that kind of misery, because that's just a bit of a fallacy that needs to be put to bed when you choose the right approach. So let's jump straight in. I'm very conscious that your time is precious, so I'm going to do it in true Tim style, as it were, nice, clear, and direct. If you have any thoughts, any questions, feel free to get in touch with me afterwards, all right? So before we start, whole purposes, why do we want to lose weight? We want to lose weight because we want to feel good, we want to look good, we want to be proud of ourselves, okay? That's essentially it, and that's absolutely perfect. And I think every fitness instructor, every fitness coach, anybody who goes to the gym should have the ability, if they wish to, to look and feel good. Having that bit of confidence when you step into a class or go anywhere, out in the shops, in the street, out with your friends, you just want to look and feel good. It's such a key, important thing to your self-worth and self-value. So, that's the reason why we do this. That's the reason why we put the effort in and the kind of work in. So, that is the ultimate goal. It might be about losing 6 pounds here or drop a dress size, but what does that allow us to feel? It's that confidence, it's that self-worth, it's that sense of pride and how we feel like in our own skin. All right. So let's start. First of all, why do diets fail? We need to know why they fail in order to think about why do we need not to diet, okay? Because if they worked, then we could just carry on doing them, okay? But they don't work. They're pretty shit, to be fair, okay? So why they don't work? One, they're too restrictive, okay? They take away the foods that you really kind of like. They create a lot of anxiety, a lot of kind of stress. There's no real coaching or kind of guidance, and they live by this good and bad, black and white approach, okay? They either label foods as super good, super value, amazing, or, cancer-causing, really toxic, going to make you die and make you fat overnight kind of thing, okay? And that's not the case. Foods work off a food value system. I talk about a food value system between 0 and 10. You get some foods that are really, really nutritious in vitamins, minerals, and fiber. They're up at the 8, 9s, and 10s, okay? And then you get your kind of treat foods, your chocolates, your donuts, your cookies and stuff. Not too much nutrition in them, and they're down in your 0, 1s, and 2s. But there's a lot of foods in that kind of gray area, in that middle area, that you can still kind of use and still eat without stressing and having that label that's a bad food, okay? It just creates anxiety. It's just not really much fun at all. So yeah, generally, generic diets as well only really focus on reducing intake, reducing calories. They don't really pay much attention to what you can do on the output side, okay? So energy in versus energy out. That's the old-fashioned equation, okay? They only deal with less calories, yes calories, yes calories, okay? And if you're teaching fitness classes, if you're a fitness professional, coach, instructor, or if you go to gym classes a lot and live a fairly active lifestyle, that's not something that's going to be long-term sustainable, okay? So yeah, diets, pretty poor success rate, and just trying to get as many people away from it as possible, because in my eyes, they're the bad guy, okay? They are most definitely the bad guy. And what tends to happening is that you'll end up, blaming yourself, because you'll try one diet, works initially for a little bit, and then wheels fall off the wagon, so it's your fault, okay? And you move to the next diet, or the next detox, or the next quick shake, or whatever it may kind of be, okay? You end up feeling really, really frustrated, beat yourself up massively, and blame yourself, okay? And let me be honest with you, it is not your fault, right? It is absolutely not your fault. It's simply a case of picking the wrong approach. You don't really know, you might not know better, because that's all you see. You just see around social media, you see around the TV and the magazines and all that kind of stuff, diets, celebs, kind of stuff like that. Slimming World, Weight Watchers, etc., etc. Okay, so you've just been choosing the wrong approach. There's nothing, wrong with you, or that you cannot lose weight and drop a couple of pounds, a couple of dress sizes. Not at all. It's just been the wrong approach. All right. So, excuse me. Before we move on, that is, that's it. Essentially, just using the wrong approach. The quick overview, just a very bit of sciencey macronutrient overview. In order to lose weight, we need to be a consistent calorie deficit. Okay, that's it. As water is wet and the sun rises up every day, that's just the golden rule. All right. If you're on a consistent calorie deficit, you will lose weight over time. Now, let me be blunt. Okay, let me be really, really blunt. Nobody cares if you're in a deficit for 1 day, okay? Maybe even 2 days. Nobody cares, okay? Not to sound really insensitive, but I don't really give a shit either, okay? What matters is that you can maintain that deficit for a couple of days and leading into a week, all right? Now, doing that straight away takes away the stress and the pressure of focusing quite narrow-mindedly along every day, because every day is did I win or did I lose? Was I on track, was I off track? Well, remove that from a day and give yourself 7 opportunities, right? 7 opportunities to kind of win the day and win the week. Because if it was a bad day, a Tuesday, if you're mega stressed, or the car broke down, or the boiler burst, and whatever else, and all these kind of life things that will kind of happen, you know what? You've got another 6 days to kind of make it up. And that's the beauty of just having that bit of changing kind of mindset and moving away from that restrictive, every day is kind of a pressure day, you know? Yeah, if you're in a surplus for 1 day, you're not going to gain weight. If you're in a deficit for 1 day, you're not going to lose weight. It's got to be consistent over kind of time, okay? And that's where we can start moving towards more things like habits and lifestyles and just easing things off a little bit, which makes a big kind of difference, all right? Yeah, it gives you the flexibility of having a social life, planning in a few kind of treats, and just enjoying life as well, because we're not, you know, life is short, life is precious. We want to be out there enjoying ourselves, friends, family, social events, and that kind of stuff, you know, particularly after COVID, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we don't want to be, oh, I can't come out, you know, because I've got this Tupperware food to eat, or I've got carrots and hummus and all this kind of nonsense, whatever else. You want to go out and be a bit flexible and enjoy life. So that little kind of background, we've been talking for another few minutes now, 6 minutes. So for that little kind of background, here on my, again, 7 tips and 7 steps to kind of move forward to help you create a sustainable calorie deficit diet, calorie deficit approach that's going to beat any diet, all right? So number 1, you've got to find your starting point. Okay, now this might take a couple of days, because you need to know where you are, right? You need to know how much fuel you're taking in and how much calories, how much food are you eating, because only then will you be able to apply that level of deficit, okay? You need to know that starting point. Otherwise, you're just guessing, right? You are just guessing. Now, if you are hell-bent on going, no way, man, I'm not tracking on my FitnessPal, I'm not keeping a little logbook and just writing it down, or even using my smartphone to track portion size or to track calories and macros and just read a food label while I'm scrolling through Instagram or something like that, totally fine, right? If you don't want to track for 2-3 days, no problem. I'm not going to force you to do that. But then you go by portion size. So then you just say, right, so this is my breakfast, right? My breakfast bowl is like this big, then my lunch is this much, and my dinner is this amount of food, generally, okay? And you'll know what that is. Then you need to just go by reducing the portion size of your foods, okay? If you don't want to track, you need to reduce portion size. Keep eating the same foods, but reduce it by, chop it up into kind of 5, take away 1. You want 20% less of that food value that's on your plate, okay? So that if you don't want to track, just do that. That's not a problem, all right? Now, essentially what we kind of track is that we want that deficit. We want that energy gap. And how much? So if you do track, for example, and for like 3 days, and you work out your average calories, for example, Monday, 1,800, Tuesday, 1,900, and then Wednesday will be 2,000, okay? The average for that is 1,900. So that's just your average calorie intake over those 3 days, all right? Apply a deficit. So subtract, take away between 10 and 20% of that, okay? That is your new target. And the reason why we want to create that target is because you want to force your body into going going after that excess unwanted body fat in your body, okay? Now don't think of it as that extra jiggle and wiggle as body fat, as something and all that kind of stuff, right? Don't think of it as jiggle or anything else. Just think of it as stored energy, because that's what it really is. Your body's stored that energy. And perhaps you can have a bit of a laugh at yourself and say, oh, well, you know, I've been storing a lot of energy of late, so there's lots of energy there to get rid of, okay? And that's true, all right? Your body is a storage mechanism. That's how it's kind of built. So we want to force the body. So if you're doing, for example, 2,000 calories worth of, you know, expenditure, too much of output, but you're only eating, say, 1,600 calories, it's going to get that 400 calories from somewhere. It's not going to be made up. It's going to have to come and get it from that stored fat / fuel storage, all right? So that's why we need to create a deficit. Step number 3, so that's step number 1, step number 2. Step number 1, starting point. Step number 2, create that deficit, because you need to go after that stored energy, otherwise aka fat, okay? Point number 3, a minimum of 3 meals with about 25 to 30 grams of protein in each, okay? We got to get protein up, all right? Several double wins, triple wins, big things about protein. Your body cannot store it, okay? It takes up 6 times more energy to digest and assimilate protein than it does for carbs and fats. So you're already creating more of that deficit by just eating more protein. It's a simple no-brainer, okay? Now, plant, animal sources, mix and match, whatever you fancy. It's relevant of your lifestyle, of your morals, wherever it may be. Get more protein in, okay? Rough guidance, anywhere between 1.6 up to 2.2 grams per kilogram body weight, okay? Ladies, from all the food diets that I've seen for nearly a decade, generally undereat protein all the time, okay? If you just go for something like a minimum 100 grams a day, you're on to winner straight away, right? Straight away. And also, side topic, if you teach classes in fitness, active, throw things around and whatever else, like weights and stuff like that, as opposed to plants and children or whatever else, right? Then you're going to be stressing your muscle tissue. And protein is made of amino acids, and it's only amino acids that can look after, maintain, repair, help build that muscle tissue. Okay, so if you're not looking after your muscle tissue, it's going to be really hard to develop that lean, athletic, fat-burning body shape that's going to, talk about being a fitness model and all that kind of stuff, fitness role model, okay? So many wins with having more protein in, okay? Especially if you're in the kind of fitness industry and kind of circle. Macronutrients, so think about good choices of kind of foods, 2 fruit, 2 veg, 2 liters of water every day, right? Point number 4 is all about the 2s. 2 veg, 2 fruit, 2 liters of water as a minimum every day, okay? High value kind of foods and water is so important, okay? It helps so many chemical reactions within your body. It helps keep you cool, it helps prevent you from cramping. It is vital, okay? Please do not stress about water weight, because water weight is not fat weight, okay? Fat is what we're trying to get rid of, not water, right? If you don't have enough water, you can sort of dehydrate and kind of die, which is not really a good thing. You need water, right? Please stop stressing about water, okay? Number 5, we are moving on nice and quick. Steps and activity. Increase by 10%, right? That's all I've got written down. Increase by 10%. So step count, easy to do. You can do it off your phone, you can do it off an app, whatever. Step count, get moving a bit more. If you really maxed out your steps, which I doubt, then just be a bit more active if you can. Walk further to the kind of shops. Always take the kind of stairs, okay? If you've got a young child around, put them on your back and walk with them down to the park or to and from the school, whatever it may be, okay? Get in the garden a bit more. Save yourself that 5-10 pounds for one of the car washes or something like that, and wash your own kind of car, wash a neighbor's car, whatever. Just get moving. It doesn't need to be smashing your body in a gym every day, okay? You don't need to get topless and just get all sweaty and beat up your body and kill the workout and all that stuff. Just need to get moving a little bit more, right? So steps and activity increase by 10%, because that's going to help create the deficit even more without really kind of like trying, if that makes sense, all right? Take photos and SMART goals. Point number 6. Starting point photos are really kind of great to give you an idea as to where you are and where you want to be, okay? SMART goals, set yourself, micro, meso, and macro goals, okay? Small, long, just going for simple words. Small, medium, and long-term goals, okay? Set yourself a goal for every week. Every week, my goal is this. Then after 4 weeks, my monthly goal is to do this. And it doesn't need to be weight or dress size. It can just be a number of steps. It can be, have you hit your protein target 6 out of 7 days for at least 3 or 4 weeks kind of thing? Have you drunk this much water? Have you done this many steps? It can be anything, habit, lifestyle-wise. Even like, less time on the mobile phone or less time on TV and getting an early night's sleep and, help the body recover, etc., okay? So SMART goals, be sensible, be achievable. Don't just have them be random. I want to feel better. I want to lose weight. Cool. How much? When by? Oh, I want to try and eat better foods. Okay, put a measured, target on it. How many takeaways you're going to have? How many prep meals you're going to have? How many fruit and veggies you're going to have? Okay, all these kind of things. Just make it a bit more measurable. And last but not least, point number 7, very important. Teach yourself to decide if you're emotionally or genuinely hungry, okay? And use a 10-minute distraction method. Now, emotional hunger can come from stress triggers, can come from habits when you like walk into the kitchen. So once you're kind of home and you got maybe, gym bag or grocery bag, whatever else, and you go to the top drawer, as I have, and that's where all the treats lie, And while you're unpacking the groceries, out come the kind of treats, packet of crisps or chocolate or something like that, okay? That's a habit, okay? That's a habitual environmental trigger. So think about, am I really hungry? Do I really need this mint arrow, right now while I'm packing my groceries? No, okay? Am I a bit stressed at work? Yeah, I had a bad phone call, this happened, or my Skype Zoom meeting didn't go well, whatever it is, okay? Then identify before you go into the kitchen or before you, nip into the shops, whatever it be. Think about, am I genuinely hungry, or did this hunger just suddenly come on really quick? And are the foods that I'm craving of the low satiety, kind of high calorie, are they quite savory? Are they quite sweet? Is it the crisp? Is it the standard go-to foods that I'm going to? Or am I actually willing to spend 10, 15 minutes in the kitchen prepping a nice meal or nice kind of dinner, okay? Those are little things that help you decide whether you are genuinely hungry, all right, where your tummy starts to kind of rumble and all that kind of stuff, and you're willing to kind of wait. It's not that like, I must have it. I just need those crisps, those Pringles, the chocolate, whatever it may be, okay? So, and if you do feel that, identify it, be aware of it, 10-minute distraction technique, okay? Whatever it may be. Unpack a gym bag, go for a shower, put a wash on, go outside, move a bin or something, or go plan a workout, go phone a friend, I don't know, anything, any kind of distraction kind of method, okay, that's going to put you in place to distract from that, and then guaranteed you'll find out that you're not really that hungry and that you survived and you've saved yourself 200, 300, 400 calories, okay, and saving yourself those low calories every now and again all add up towards the end of the week, where along with increased activity, better food choices, more protein, okay, and be that deficit, it's so easy to start making progress, winning, being successful, losing weight without the stress of these generic diets, all right? So these are the principles I use with my clients, right? From busy working moms who do classes kind of part-time, from full-time Les Mills presenters and trainers to full-time PTs and coaches as well. The principles are the same. We tweak and adapt things depending on the individual, but these are the principles that myself and my clients kind of live by, all right? Polar opposites to obviously restrictive diets, and will help create a positive food relationship, because you're not going to be like shit scared, Halloween scared of any food, okay? Because our diet told you, or some insta-famous person with shredded six-pack told you not to eat white bread or something ridiculous like that, all right? And that's it. Quick check on the timer, 17 minutes, brilliant, right? I was aiming for under 20 minutes, so this is good. 2 minutes left, but I'll wrap it up nice and short. If there's any questions on that, please feel free to reach out and drop me a message. You can find me on Instagram at Tim_Nutrition Coach, or obviously on YouTube as well. So, yeah. Plenty of other resources and videos on my Linktree through YouTube for a recorded menopause workshop, as well as some template meal plans, as well as if you wanted to create your own macros and calories, there's some stuff there as well. I got a kind of workshop through that with details exactly how to do that as well. All right, so that is it. That is how to create a sustainable deficit to beat any generic diet, all right? So thanks for watching. Any thoughts, any questions, feel free to reach out and get in touch. Otherwise, have yourself a lovely day. And that's it. Cheers for now.